just like last night, we're starting the show with a nail-biter in the NBA involving the Phoenix Suns, but this time, if last night they ended on a high note, they're on the losing end of a go-ahead 3 against the Houston Rockets, and by a former Sun nonetheless. None other than former Phoenix Kevin Durant hitting the game-winning long bomb. Here it is. Woo! For sure, we'll see that again at the highlight reel towards the end of the show. With the game tied in the final 5 seconds, KD got the ball, made his move, that put the Rockets on top 100-97. Take a look at that. Nothing you can do. And look at KD after sending them home. The Slim Reaper finishing with 26 points to go along with 10 rebounds and 4 assists. Devin Booker, who just yesterday nailed his own game-winning 3 against the defending champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, tried to lead Phoenix with 27 markers, but in a losing cause. The Rockets now improved to 22 wins and 11 losses, while the Suns settle for 21 victories and 15 defeats.
4 or 5 seconds on the clock. They don't want to just give up a wide open shot, so they won't dare other guys to beat them that late. So kind of gave me the one-on-one. Book was there a little bit, but I didn't really feel his presence as much as it was earlier in the game. But be able to pull up over 2 and knock that down, and after missing like 10 straight threes, and I felt like pretty much I shot 12. I want to say at least 10 of them felt great leaving my hand, So it was good that one went down. It was good that we was able to get back into the game. We struggled to start the third, but defensively, give up 18, 19 points in the third and fourth quarters. That was insane. It's cool for the people coming to the game, watching, to play a high-pressure game, defensive game. I think that's what the fans love to see. And then to cap it off with a, last-second shot, it's great for the fans,
The struggle continues for the aforementioned Oklahoma City Thunder as they lose to the lowly Charlotte Hornets.
What's happening?
The defending champs were downright outclassed in almost every category and were blown out 124-97. The Hornets took a 17-point lead at the half and never looked back, shutting down the Thunder's usual third-quarter explosions. Charlotte finished with a better shooting percentage, 53-37, and dominated the boards 52-34. OKC did force 20 turnovers while committing only 8. Brandon Miller and Con Canepo led Buzz City with 28 and 23 points respectively. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had just 21 markers on a 33% shooting clip. The huge upset was just the Hornets' 13th win out of 36 games this season. The Thunder, on the other hand, are 30-7, but have lost 6 of their last 11 games.
Every single game we try to react, but not overreact in either direction. So that's how we'll handle this one. There's a lesson to be taken from every game. There's certainly lessons from this one. We're not a team that throws the film away or anything like that. We try to learn from every game, extract the lessons, and then pour it into the next part of the schedule. So that's what we'll do with this one, as we do with every game. Obviously, both. I thought, offensively, we put ourselves a little behind the ball in terms of our rhythm. I didn't think our attacks in the first half were great. I thought they were better in the second half, and shots didn't fall. But by that point, we were really trying to play from behind. So credit to them. They did a really good job of attacking us on the offensive end. They did a really good job of guarding us, made the game hard on us, and obviously outplayed us thoroughly for 48 minutes. We want to be a high compete team. We want to be a high together team, and we want to be a really good execution team. And when you have a game like that, usually you fall short in those areas. So, like I said, we'll evaluate it as we do every game, learn from it, and then we'll turn the page and try to be a better team Wednesday.
Well, here's another close fight in the Wild Wild West today as the Los Angeles Clippers escape the Golden State Warriors. Clips used a 16-7 run to go up by 13 in the fourth quarter, but the Dubs kept chipping away until they got within just a single point. Golden State's late rally took a major hit, though, and Steph Curry fouled out with 42 ticks to go. The Warriors already lost head coach Steve Kerr earlier in the game after he angrily contested a non-call over a supposed goaltend by John Collins. Later on, Jimmy Butler had one last shot to complete the comeback, but missed, giving LA to win 103-104. to 102 at home. Kawhi Leonard led the way with 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Clippers now have 13 wins in 35 games, while the Warriors stumble to a 19-18 win loss slate.
I thought we was able to take away we talked about before, the slips for layups, with all the attention that Steph creates offensively. I thought we made some mistakes, and I knew we would before the game, but overall, just being in Gladiator where the guys chasing Steph, we're not switching because he causes a lot of confusion. So guys are jumping out early. Draymond's a great passer. Jimmy Butler's a great passer. So we just want to stay locked into him. We knew he'd make some shots, but we just want to just stay locked in and not letting his shot making affect everything else we want to do defensively. And I thought our guys did a good job with that. Since we've been these last 7-8 games, I think defensively, JVG's done a great job of just, getting us back in the lab, simplifying, making sure that, we're playing to our personnel, not to what we did last year, which has been a lot better for the guys, easier for those guys to lock in defensively and not playing in thought. And so that's a huge reason why, we've been back to playing pretty good. Our defense has been really good.
Moving on to the Eastern Conference, call it payback as the Detroit Pistons handily defeat the New York Knicks in their first meeting since last year's playoffs. Final score here, 121-90 in favor of Motor City. After taking a slim lead at the half, the Pistons stepped on the gas with a 19-5 run to start the third. Detroit's defense also limited New York to just 36 points in the second half. Cade Cunningham led the Pistons with 29 points and 13 assists. Jalen Brunson finished with 25 markers but had no assists and 6 turnovers in a losing cause for the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns was no help either with just 6 points on 1 field goal in 23 minutes. The Pistons still at the top of the East with 27 wins and 9 losses. The Knicks suffer their 4th straight defeat and drop to 23-13. After more than 7 seasons, Hawks star Trae Young wants out of Atlanta.
Pretends to be shocked.
Oh, details on this story and a lot more updates from the NBA when play-by-play returns here on One News.
Play-by-Play is back with more NBA stories. Looks like even Trae Young himself wants to bid farewell to the Atlanta Hawks soon. Reports say Ice Trae and his agents have been working closely with the team on a potential trade, and discussions between both sides have been described as positive. Young has been the face of the Hawks for 7 years, but the partnership appears to be reaching a crossroads, especially amid the team's recent struggles. Young has only played 10 games this season due to injuries, but Atlanta has lost most of those games. In limited action this season, the 27-year-old guard is averaging 19.3 points, 8.9 assists, and 1 steal in 28 minutes per game. Young holds a $49 million player option for the 2026-27 season, which he could decline to become an unrestricted free agent.
Amid the speculations of a big move soon, the Hawks once again took a hit at the hands of the Toronto Raptors. Final score here, 118-100, with the Raps completing a 4-game season sweep of the Hawks. Atlanta made a push in the fourth, cutting a 13-point deficit down to 6. But Toronto answered back with timely shots. Brandon Ingram and RJ Barrett hit back-to-back threes late to put the game away. Ingram led T-Dot's balanced attack with 19 points. Scotty Barnes chipped in 18 markers and 10 assists, while Barrett and Colin Murray-Boyle scored 17 apiece. The Raptors improved to 22-12 for 4th in the East, while the Hawks are 10th with a 17-21 record.
We talked a bit about before the game of level of urgency that you need to have this type of the game. I thought at the beginning of game, like, defense was solid, but even more impressive was our ball movement. I'm glad that we ended up the game with 34 assists that carried out throughout the whole game. But I'll tell you what, that's a tough team to play against. That's a tough team. They just continue coming at you, and with that type of pace that they're playing, they're like constantly there, and our goal was try to approach every quarter with 0-0 mentality and then to win it. 4 quarters started with 0-7 run for them, and we still found a way to win that quarter there as well. So congratulations to my players.
Well, 3 more games in the NBA today. Let's take a look at the results on your screens. Here it is right now. Let's start with the Boston Celtics cruising past the Chicago Bulls for their 4th straight win, 115-101. Then to your right, the severely depleted Denver Nuggets still stunned Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers in overtime, 125-124. And lastly, at the bottom of your screens, Danny Avdia with another big night as the Portland Trail Blazers blow out the Utah Jazz 137-117.
Here at home, the PBA Philippine Cup semifinals will resume tomorrow at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. The doubleheader begins at 5:15 p.m. with Game 2 between the defending champions, the San Miguel Beermen, and their sister team, Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Ginebra leads the best-of-7 series 1-0 after winning Game 1 last Sunday. But head coach Tim Cohn says they know what San Miguel is capable of. And while they were able to limit one of SMB's main gunners in Don Troliano, Cohn expects him to bounce back next game. Troliano had just 5 points in Game 1, a far cry from his almost 16-point average this conference.
It's a series, it's basically back to zero. So the winning streaks, what you've done before, doesn't matter anymore when you come into a 7-game series. We just known from last year and the years past that this is a great team. So we have to play it at the very top of our game to have a chance to beat them. Game 2 is going to be a completely different game. He's probably going to come out and go 10 for 15 in the next game. So, we're just going to control what we can control. Luckily, Jumar had a great game, and Don had an off game tonight. So it could just flip-flop next game.
Meanwhile, at 7:30 p.m., it's Game 2 between the TNT Tropang 5G and the Meralco Bolts. TNT ahead in the series 1-0 after a comeback win in their Sunday opener. Head coach Chot Reyes hopes the Tropang 5G can come out the gates better than they did in Game 1. TNT had to crawl back from 21 points down to steal the win. Reyes believes they can do it by playing better on-ball defense and higher energy on the offensive end.
We told them, put yourselves in the position of Meralco, put yourselves in their shoes. They are chomping at the bit to get back at us. And you saw that with the kind of energy, execution, even their three-point shooting in the first half. They were really primed for it. We got a first-hand taste of that. So hopefully in game 2, we are more ready to play from the start, because I don't think we can bring this kind of game to game 2 and expect to come up with the same result. We have to definitely be better in game 2.
In tennis, Alex Ayala is back in action at the ASB Classic, this time in the singles tournament. Find out how she fared against world number 69 Donna Vekic in the round of 32. Play-by-play will be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. A gritty start to Alex Ayala's 2026 singles campaign. The Filipina tennis star outlasted world number 69 Donna Vekic to advance in the singles draw of the ASB Classic. Ayala managed to grind out a statement win in her first singles match of the 2026 season, 4-6, 6-4, and 6-4. Ayala had to dig deep, even taking a medical timeout before resuming the third set. It was a tight match throughout, but fatigue began to show for the 29-year-old Vekic. Ayala capitalized with a crucial break in Game 8 to go ahead 5-3. Though she missed her first chance to close it out, a final break on Vekic's serve sealed the deal, sending the 20-year-old Filipina through to the next round. Next up for Ayala is Petra Marchenko in the round of 16.
January 6, 2026. That's 1626. That's awesome. Tuesday. Wala lang, ako lang yun. Let's go. Take a look. All NBA lineup. Tonight's highlight reel. Nuggets Sixers muna. Peyton Watson attacks VJ Edgecombe. Denied by Paul George. Look at PG showing that, he still knows how to play defense. Remember when he was with Indiana? He was just stellar on the defensive end. Look at PG helping out, blocking that from Peyton Watson. Whew. Using the glass, too. George chipping in 8 points, though. 2 steals and that nasty block for the Sixers. But Philly losing at home in a close one in OT. 125-124 against a depleted Nuggets squad. Knicks Pistons up next. Roll it. Here we go. And take the McBride. Deuce thought he was all alone. 2 versus 2. That's number 2 versus number 2. But Cade Cunningham, the all-star, former number 1 pick. Take a look at that. Good timing by Cade. Swatting that away. Whew. By the way, Motorcade with 29 points, 13 assists, and 2 blocks. Pistons take down the Knicks here, 121-90. On to the next one. Let's go to the Hornets and the Thunder. In OKC, bully ball by Jalen Williams against Concanipple, and that's Brandon Miller helping out. Nobody. Nothing you can do there. 2 against 1. Look at J-Dub imposing as well. Stay off me, white guy. 2-handed flush. Williams, by the way, 16 points. Not nearly enough to save OKC. What's happening to the defending champs? Well, same game, but this time, let's go. Brandon Miller attacks, losing it. Mellow ball. Look at this. Woo! Difficult shot. Wow. How? Woo! Only LaMelo, folks. 1 foot, going out of bounds. Side of the backboard. Kumbaga sa kanto, sasabihin, munti ka na magpatay ang butik eh. Kung tinamaan niya yung side ng backboard. But no, LaMelo for 3 corner. Paganda pa. What a play. Ball had 16 points, including that crazy basket. And the Hornets stunned the defending champs, the OKC Thunder, in Oklahoma City, 124-97. And finally, Kevin Durant time. Money, easy money, sniper, bang, bang, bang. 0.3 remaining, pulling up against his former teammate in Royce O'Neal. A night after Devin Booker, his former teammate, hit a game-winning 3 against OKC. KD saying, go home, uwi na kayo. That's it. Take a look at that. Kevin Durant, at his age, still pure. One of the best scorers in NBA history to touch a basketball at that tall, that agile, and that deadly from deep. Durant, 26 points. Rockets beat the Suns in H-Town, 100-97.
And before we go, the NBA is bringing a Texas rivalry to the global stage. Macau is set to host not 1 but 2 preseason showdowns between the Houston Rockets and the Dallas Mavericks on October 9 and 11 at the Venetian Arena. This marks the 3rd time Macau will host NBA action. It previously held games featuring the Brooklyn Nets and Phoenix Suns last year, and a 2007 clash between the Orlando Magic and Cleveland Cavaliers. NBA Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum said the league is excited to return to Macau, citing the strong passion for basketball among fans in China and across Asia.
Kailan kaya babalik sa Pilipinas?
Please come back to the Philippines. That was Houston Rockets versus Pacers.
Yes.
And Larry Bird was here.
Yes.
Woo,
And
Larry legend.
Sana pag eto, Houston and Dallas, ganda to. This will be, of course, kung pupunta sa Pilipinas, pero hindi, maganda to sa Venetian sa Macau kasi syempre Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
Amen Thompson, Alperen Sengun against AD if he will play. Of course, number 1 pick, Cooper Flag ang aabangan doon. So that will be a great sight to see, especially for the young ones. Kasi nga, yung mga kaedad natin, excited to see Kevin Durant. Nene, di ba? Aminin na natin, check, di ba? Pero,
Nadamay pa ako
yung mga-
dito, nananahimik
Oy,
na
bukas magano ka na? Bukas, ilan taon ka na? 34?
23.
In-stretch ko na nga yung 34, 23. Paano yung 20? Wala, dance, happy birthday. Papasok ka naman bukas, diba?
Hindi, ayoko na.
Birthday niya po
Tutulog
bukas.
na lang
Pati
ako.
happy birthday to Checkwell tomorrow.
Bukas pa, wait lang, aga.
Siyempre. That's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. January 6, but do catch us again tomorrow, Jan 7, her birthday, 23. Sige na nga. 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Kung magkaedad tayo. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Jessica Letoncalo. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Happy Tuesday. Good night.